They call themselves First Amendment auditors, and sometimes these encounters are confrontational.
You gotta leave.
This is public property. I'm not leaving.
You gotta leave.
Get your hands off me, man.
No, let's
Get
go.
your cameras on. You're gonna regret this.
Good.
Is this America or is this Wyoming County? What is going on here? You guys are violating my rights.
There's no rights being violated.
There's no rights being violated? Get your hands off me. What is wrong with you guys?
You're in my space.
I'm in your space? I'm in his public space, guys. Look at this.
The sheriff of Wyoming County is turning in his badge. Rudolph and 3 of his deputies appeared in a news story last night at 6.
I will never go down the wrong side of history. I will report the truth. Are we gonna file a lawsuit? The answer is no. We're gonna file 11.
Auditing Erie County has made quite a name for himself. I've featured him on this channel before, and for me, he's one of the top auditors working today. As of this writing, he's investigated 50 out of New York's 60-plus counties, promoting transparency with professionalism while firmly standing up for his rights. A prolific activist known for his comprehensive and unfiltered coverage, AEC, who we're just going to call Dan, is relentless in his pursuit of accountability. He doesn't hesitate to file lawsuits against agencies who violate his rights or refuse to comply with the law. He's also faced retaliation from Blue Line gang members and other officials of the corrupt departments he's exposed. Despite the risks to his safety and freedom, he refuses to back down. On June 24, 2022, Dan audited the Wyoming County government building in Warsaw, New York. What should have been a routine town hall tour and visit to the county clerk's office quickly turned into one of the most notorious audits in recent memory. An absurd display of ignorance, oppression, and misconduct, almost too painful to watch. Stay tuned at the end of this video for a special update on this story. Dan heads inside and is briefly greeted by a deputy working security. But like so many tyrants, the moment he spots the camera, everything changes.
So you don't even... county clerk's office.
County clerks?
Yeah.
Just, could you sign that for me?
Yeah, sure.
You going everywhere?
Yeah, we're checking it out.
Okay. What are you recording? What are you recording?
The county building.
Why?
I'm a journalist working on a story on the building and just taking a couple of video of the place and going to the clerks, filing some full requests, and be on my way.
Okay.
For a moment, it seems like everything is Gucci. But what follows is a rapidly escalating encounter with 2 of the most ignorant and reckless deputies ever caught on YouTube. They actually let these people carry firearms. I wouldn't trust them with a stapler.
Hey, Dan. Come here. Let me see some ID.
No, thank you, sir.
Your last name's Erie County?
That's what I signed in as. I'm
I
Erie
need
County.
your name or you can leave.
No, thank you, sir.
Yes, that's the rule.
There's a violation of the Fourth Amendment to violate the
not.
Fourth Amendment.
You have to sign in. You have to use your
I
correct
did
name.
sign in.
Your last name is not Erie County. And show me your ID.
I'm here working as Erie County.
If your last name is Erie County, then you could stay. Come on,
No,
let's go.
I'm not leaving this. That's ridiculous. It would be a Fourth Amendment violation to ID me to come into a public building.
We'll go see my sheriff because that's his rules. So let's go. We got to go to the sheriff's office.
Tell him to come down
no,
here.
you're coming with me.
What did I do
You're
wrong?
coming with me.
Why am I coming
Because
with
I
you?
asked you to sign in. You didn't sign in.
I did sign in.
Your name is not Dan Erie County.
Sure it is. I'm
Come on.
here as Dan Erie County.
You
You can't prove that I'm not. You can't prove that I'm not.
Then let me see your ID.
You have no right to get my ID. You don't have a crime. You can't demand ID unless somebody commits a crime in this country. That's a Fourth Amendment violation.
I can ask you for your ID.
Oh, well, thanks for asking. No, thank you, though.
No, you're leaving.
I'm not leaving.
You're leaving.
Are you a sheriff?
Yes, I am.
Or are you a security working here?
I'm a sheriff.
What's your badge number?
Come on.
Is your camera on?
It is not. Let's
you
go.
You turn your camera on.
Come on, let's go.
Go where?
I don't know,
Where are
whatever
we going?
he said, let's go.
Just because he said something, he doesn't have a lawful order of any sort to give me a lawful command at all.
You're not allowed in the building.
I'm allowed in the building.
I need him to sign his real name.
I did
He put
sign in the
Dan
building.
Erie County. Come on, let's go.
I'm here as Dan Erie County.
Let's
Well,
go.
that,
I'm
then-
not leaving.
then
You
let me see
get a
your ID.
supervisor down here. You don't get to get somebody's ID unless they commit a crime. You can't just demand ID.
I'm asking for your ID.
Well,
Give me your ID.
respectfully, I'm going to decline giving you ID
Okay,
because I
then
have
you
not
gotta
committed
leave.
a crime. I don't have to leave. This is public property.
You gotta leave.
This is public property.
You
I'm not
gotta
leaving.
leave. You gotta leave.
The only way I'm leaving if you threaten to arrest me. All right? Under threat of arrest, I will leave, and you will violate the First
Can you get
Amendment
that out of
and the
my
Fourth
face?
Amendment. I'm standing right where I was standing. You approached me, man.
Let's go.
If this is uncomfortable space for you, you can always back up.
Let's
You
go.
can too.
Just so you guys can see how close I am. I'm literally just as close to my face as he is to this camera, giving me a.
Come on.
You don't have a lawful command. Do you understand that? Get a supervisor.
Let's get out.
Get
of
a
here.
supervisor.
Go sign in.
I did sign in.
You did not.
I did. Show me the law that says I have to sign in a public building and to go in public space. That is a Fourth Amendment violation of the Constitution. Don't you understand that? Did you not, as a sheriff, swear an oath to the Constitution to uphold the Constitution?
I
You
have no
can't
idea what
ID
you're
somebody.
talking about.
That's
Let's
that's
go.
the kind of shit we're talking about. This guy is a sheriff. He says he's a sheriff. He's got a badge number here, but he doesn't have no idea what the Constitution, the Fourth Amendment is.
We don't have time to do what
Come
you're
on, Dan.
doing.
Let's
No,
go.
no, I'm not
Let's go.
doing anything.
These crooks are just moments away from going hands-on, and they do it so flippantly, you can't help but wonder if they do this all the time. As if the unprofessionalism and blatant disregard for the law weren't enough, the most disturbing part might be their failure to turn on their body cams, especially after being called out on it. And then enters this crusty old crone, Discount Ma Fratelli over here,
Follow them size 5s.
who I'm just going to call Grandma Death. Drags her brittle old bones out of the break room, drawn by the commotion, eager for her chance to inflict violence on someone and get away with it. Unsurprisingly, she blindly backs her partner because Blue Line Gang.
I don't know.
Where are
Whatever
we going?
he said, let's
Just
go.
because he said something doesn't.
No need to assess the situation. It's just do what he said because badge.
And to do what
Come on,
you're
Dan.
doing.
Let's
No,
go.
no, I'm not
Let's go.
doing anything.
Let's
Do
go.
not
Let's
touch
go.
me. Do not touch me.
Let's go.
I'm not going anywhere till you get a supervisor down here.
Let's-
Get your hands off me, man.
No, let's
Get
go.
your cameras on. Get
Let's
your cameras on. I'm a free citizen. You don't have a right to do this.
Let's go.
You're gonna regret this.
Good.
Get a supervisor down here.
Let's go.
I'm in a public building. You have no lawful order. I've broke no law. You have no authority over a free moving citizen whatsoever. You have no authority to put your hands on somebody. You just committed a batter.
Good.
Good?
Arrest me.
Yeah, we know there's no accountability for the Blue Line Gang.
Let's go.
I did sign into your sheet.
Not the right way.
Yeah, well, you can't prove
Why-
that it's not
why
the right
can't
way.
you just be reasonable here?
Why can't you be reasonable?
We are.
You
we're
put your
doing our
hands on
job.
me.
That's right, I did.
You
We
put your
are
hands on
doing
me.
Our job.
It is not your
Our-
job to ID people illegally.
My job.
Did you
is
swear an oath
sit
to the
out
Constitution?
there And I did.
To uphold the Constitution.
That's right.
So my Fourth Amendment violation, you have no authority to ID me. You guys are so
Can I
ignorant
see
of the
your
law.
ID?
You are not going to see my ID. I'm not giving up ID
I
unless
asked you to
What
sign
crime?
in.
What crime do you suspect
Well,
me
you
of?
lied. 'cause
What
your last
crime
name
did
is
you
not Erie
suspect me
County.
of? How do you know I'm not here working as Erie County?
I didn't.
What if
ask
that's a
who you're
DBA?
working for.
What if that's a
I'm
DBA?
looking for your name.
It's an official DBA, and I'm here
Sign
under the
in
freedom of the
sheet,
press.
The sign-in sheet.
This is the freedom of the press.
This. What press? Show me your press credentials.
What the First Amendment is the freedom of the press, freedom of speech, freedom
Yep,
of religion,
when you're-
and freedom of
when you're
what?
part
The
of
press.
You have to have credentials. Let
Bro,
me
who
see.
gives these
Let me
credentials?
see them.
You don't have. There's no such thing.
No such thing.
No such thing as press credentials.
Okay.
That would be a violation of the First Amendment.
So are you? What's your deal?
I'm here to document my experience. I told you, make some video
Do
recording
you know
inside the
what
building.
people think when you're around recording everything that you're going to
That
come
I'm
back
exercising
here?
my rights?
No, that you're going to come
That's what
back
they
here and
think.
cause problems.
Yeah. How many people come here and video record crimes that they're going to commit?
I don't know.
That'd be ridiculous, wouldn't it? The
We
video
live in-
record
we
a
live in
crime.
crazy times now.
You don't know the Fourth
So
Amendment,
I want you to
and
go.
you call that
I
nonsense?
want you to go sign in for me now.
I did sign in.
You did
Where's the
not.
supervisor? I signed in. You know
You
I
did
signed in.
not.
Show me the law that says I have to sign in and give up my Fourth Amendment rights to come in a public building.
Because I told you to.
Where's the law? You don't have a lawful authority to tell me to leave this building. Don't you understand that?
I can tell you to leave this,
This is
building.
public
it's a county.
property.
It's a county-owned building.
And who owns the county? Who does the county? Who owns this building? The
Do you
people
own the county?
The people own the building.
Who are the people?
The people who sent me down here to come down here and check
What
this building
people?
out.
What people?
And record everything.
What people?
Correct, because that's my constitutional right. First Amendment, freedom of the press, public space.
Why don't you get a
You
job?
guys are going to be educated.
You need to get a real job.
Yeah, say that again. Go ahead, say it again. That's a good thumbnail right there. Need to get a real job. You guys need to get a real job. Am I being detained right now?
No, you're not being detained.
All right, if I'm free to go then.
No, well, you're not going in this building.
Why am I not? I'm in this
Because I
building.
said so.
This is our
Because you didn't
job.
sign in.
I did sign in.
You're
You guys
banned.
put a sign-in sheet.
You're not listed there.
You want to put your hands on a private citizen
I did.
in a public space doing no crime. You have no lawful authority to put your hands on somebody until they break a law. No law is broken here today.
you're
What
breaking
law
the
did I
law.
break?
Signing in.
What law is it to sign into a public building, give up your Fourth Amendment? What law is that? You guys are ridiculous. Please do not impede my traffic. This is illegal detention. What's your badge number? You
I thought you knew everything.
You want to be a failure to ID too?
I thought you knew everything.
Well, you're a failure at ID. We've asked you for your name and you won't give it to us.
there. What is that? 21. This is an illegal detention. You guys are detaining me from traveling
you
freely
can
to
walk that way.
a perfectly public office over here.
Yep.
Do you have a reason
Where is
to
the
be
supervisor?
there?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's called freedom, baby. That's what America's all about, freedom.
You
I have to
don't
come
have a
down here
right-
due to the Freedom of Information Act, the
You
FOIL.
don't have a
I have
right
the
to be
freedom to
there.
come down here and work on a story of the freedom of the press.
You don't have a right to be down there.
Says who?
You show us the right that you need to be down there.
Excuse me.
Nope.
You keep running into me,
You
sir.
just ran into me.
I'm just trying to travel. You guys are trying to impede my travel.
Well, you're not going past here.
Would you guys put your body cameras on? I want your supervisors to see it firsthand what you guys do. Why do you guys not have your body cameras on? What are these things for? So you can violate people's rights without being on video? I've been video you guys violating my rights the whole time right now. Look at these guys. This is what we pay for. We pay these guys to violate our rights.
Yep, this is what we pay for. Two ignorant goons who do whatever they want, while literally laughing at the very idea of laws and civil rights. Opie here, with his vacant stare and soulless black eyes, runs through every cop cliche in the book, barely able to conceal that this is all in service of his own ego. And Grandma Death, between wiping the vile secretions from her decaying orifice, with the slimy putrid rag clutched within her gnarled and twisted claws, hurls cheap insults, and smugly challenges Dan to do something about it.
You need to get a real job. Arrest me.
This is the product of qualified immunity. As if this dumpster fire of a department couldn't stink any worse, here comes their supervisor, and it becomes obvious where they learn this behavior.
Are you a supervisor?
Sure, what's up?
These guys are violating my First Amendment rights and Fourth Amendment rights. They're impeding my traffic. They're causing illegal detention. They're refusing to put their body cameras on while they're violating my rights. I'm just trying to go to the county
Mine's
clerk's
on.
office and
Record.
my interactions, which is perfectly legal. You need to explain to them the freedom of the press, First Amendment, in public places.
He's supposed to sign in. He wrote it. His name is Dan, Erie County. So I stopped him.
He put his hands on. Tell him to put his hands on me too illegally.
So what's your business today? Did you get it taken care of?
No, this guy put his hands on me. They won't let me go to the county clerk's office. I just want to go to the county clerk's, file some full request. He thinks he can get ID out of somebody without committing a crime. You can't. That's a Fourth Amendment violation. He literally said to me, he doesn't know what the Fourth Amendment is. He thinks it's nonsense. This is not funny.
Do you have an appointment or what's...
I have no appointment. I'm coming through here, documenting my experience,
And all he wants to
filing
do
some
is
full requests, and I'm done with this illegal detention. You need to
What do you-
educate your
What are you trying to
deputies
foil
here.
so I send you in the right way? Is it something from there?
County clerk's office. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the county budget, just exercising my constitutional rights to be in public, video record, and these guys are absolutely violating my civil rights
all you
right
gotta
now.
do is go back and sign your
So,
right name and show us
Thank
ID.
you for taking care of that. I'm just going to the county clerk's office.
Hold on, but you gotta sign in, that's their rule.
I did sign in.
Okay, but you didn't use your real name.
I did.
Show us your
I'm here
ID
under the
then.
freedom of press
Your Dan,
as
your
Dan
name is Dan
of Erie County. That's the name of the press.
What's your last name?
You're not getting my last name. You guys don't get my last name. That's a violation
You're
of the
not
Fourth
coming
Amendment. Is that not a violation of the Fourth Amendment? Are you the captain?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if they even know Dan from Erie County is coming today.
They don't know I'm coming. Am I being detained, sir?
Detain means you couldn't leave, you can go that way for right
I'm
now.
going this way to the county clerk's office. This is illegal detention.
Not yet, you aren't.
You're welcome to go that way.
It's still illegal detention. He knows I'm right. I don't know what he thinks he's going to go in the clerk's office and ask him if I'm allowed in the public office. Are they out of their mind down here?
You're free to leave.
Oh, free to leave, free to stay.
That way.
Free to go, free to stay. That's the way it works, guys. These are the sheriffs down here. They just think they can detain people willy-nilly, ID people on demand to be inside of a public building.
What are you, one of these sovereign citizen types?
No, I don't have a badge like that. Those are the sovereign citizens. They can violate people's rights and get away with it and have these big stupid smiles on their faces and shit. Yeah, those are the real sovereign. Look at her. She knows that's a sovereign citizenship. Look at that smile. She can't even hide it. That's real sovereign citizenship right there. They got the Blue Line Gang Brotherhood going. they're counting on this captain to make a violation of my civil rights, but he knows I'm right. He knows he can't impede me, and he knows he can't ID me to come into a public building without committing a crime.
Meanwhile, down at the clerk's office,
So what's this guy need? Did he come in here? Okay. Guess I can go to my office.
that's all we get because Captain Shitstain, in a cowardly and highly suspicious move, mutes his body cam. For the next 6.5 minutes, he's undoubtedly conspiring with these tax-paid office Karens to twist the narrative against the auditor. During this, who should arrive but Sheriff Shitbag himself, the top dog, the elected ringleader of this incompetent circus. Let's see if he'll put a stop to this nonsense.
Sheriff, these deputies are violating my civil rights.
How are you, sir?
You're the sheriff of the county?
I am.
This deputy and that deputy is violating my civil rights. They are also put their hands on me and assaulted me or battered me unlawfully because they do not have a lawful command to tell me to turn my camera off in this public space. You know that as a sheriff. I'm here to document my experience, and these guys are stopping me, causing illegal detention on my rights.
It doesn't look like you're being detained to me.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Sheriff. Looks like I'm being detained out of the locked. I'm locked out of the county clerk's office. This is a county building.
Yeah, you can go that way.
Business hours are over?
You can go that way.
Is business hours over?
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to the county clerk's office. File some FOIL. Are you refusing me service, Sheriff?
The door's locked.
The door is locked because they just locked it because of the camera. Straight up. You are violating the First Amendment rights and refusing service down here. That's all I want to know. You say yes?
Well, why don't we get a hold of the clerk's office and see if they want to see you?
Do the clerks have a choice who they get to see and don't get to see?
So,
When did that law come into
actually,
effect?
they're down there talking to her right now.
I understand, but why is this door locked, Sheriff?
It's locked.
Why?
So,
Sheriff, why is this door locked?
if they're gonna,
If they're going to allow public services to public, what is going on here? You guys are violating my rights.
there's no rights being violated.
There's no rights being violated? I can't go to the county clerk's office because of why? Because of the camera?
I'm sure you'll be able to get there at some point.
When you educate your officers about my First and Fourth Amendment rights, they think they can get ID out of me to come into a public building. Do you agree with that, Sheriff? Sheriff, do you have to show ID to get into this public building? Do you have to show your driver's license?
You have to write your name down there.
I did write my name down there, who I am. So what is the problem? Do you have to show ID to get into this building? That would be a Fourth Amendment violation, correct, Sheriff?
Fourth Amendment?
Fourth Amendment, unlawful search and seizure. You cannot demand ID unless you've been suspected of a crime. Reasonable, articulable suspicion, RAS. You know these things. You're a sheriff.
You're going to be going to, you want to go to the clerk's office. They're trying to address that right now. Just be a little patient. That's all they're
A
asking.
little patient. I'm being detained out of the office right now.
Nobody's detaining you. You're going around.
So, what is your name, sir?
It's Gregory Down.
Greg, you're the sheriff of the county, but you're not willing to admit that it would be a Fourth Amendment violation for them to ID me to get in this building?
No, I'm not going to admit that.
That's perfectly legal here with you, huh? You're gonna eat those words, Sheriff. This door is locked during business hours. You guys are violating rights. You need to unlock this door. You guys are gonna regret locking this door. This is ridiculous. This is a public building and public space. I have every right to be here and record in here. Be patient, guys. That's what the sheriff says. We'll eventually get in here because he knows he can't stop us from getting here. I don't know if they're trying to wait till business hours are over. They're closing the outdoors early. Captain, what's going on? Is the county clerk's office closed? They're just escorting people out a different door so they don't have to unlock this one. So they're gonna lock me out of the public building because of the camera, guys. Got the county sheriff down here acting a fool.
To pass the time while the sheriffs conspire, Dan pops into the nearby probation office to gather public information, but Grandma Death is right on his heels.
If you're not on probation, you have no business being in here.
This
Go back in there.
is publicly accessible.
This is probation.
Hey, why don't you get the sheriff back here?
I'm not afraid of you.
Do I look like I'm afraid of you?
Next, someone from the clerk's office reluctantly comes out, who seems like she's been coached by the deputies. Shortly after that, Captain Shitstain reappears, doubling down on everything, revealing his true inner tyrant and the abusive mentality that comes with it. If this man has loved ones at home, I bet they walk on eggshells.
What is the office hours down here, ma'am? What are the office hours down here?
Our office hours are, can you back up just a little bit? Because I'm gonna come out and talk to you.
Yeah, go ahead. You're just free to come out.
Are you gonna stand here? Okay. So, my name is Cheryl Ketchum. I'm clerk to the board. And I'm also the county records access officer.
All right.
I understand that you
What are the business hours here?
9 to 5.
Is it past 5 o'clock?
It is not.
Why is this door shut and locked?
I didn't
You didn't
do
sign
that.
in yet. We
Why is this
refuse
door
entry if
locked
you
in?
didn't sign in.
You're gonna refuse me services because I didn't violate my
sign.
Fourth Amendment right?
Sign in.
I did sign in.
You told me your business, which I got right here, your answer. But you gotta sign in.
My answer for
And
what?
she's not gonna drop everything to give you all that. That ain't something you give in 2 minutes.
I mean, my
You
budget
submit
should
the
be
FOIA
available.
request by email or mail.
I need to get back, but if you want to do a FOIA request, I'm happy to tell you how to do it.
So you don't condone the officers blocking this door off, or you do right now?
I have
Not in the
nothing to
state
do
of-
with
You have
that.
nothing to do with that?
No, I'm the clerk to the board. I'm the legislative board clerk for the county.
All right, do you understand my constitutional right to be in that office right now? And be able to video record in that office?
But, sir, you have to not be so aggressive about what it is.
Aggressive? These
Yes.
people put their hands on me. I was just simply,
I-
was I aggressive?
Look,
Was I aggressive
You're
at
acting like
all?
this you were.
I'm gonna
This is
sit down
aggressive?
and-
This is aggressive?
It is kind of aggressive.
What are you, thin-skinned or something? This isn't aggressive. This isn't aggressive at all.
No?
This
So go
isn't
sign
me
in. Let's
yelling.
go sign in. Come on.
Go sign in.
Get your hands off me. What is wrong with you guys?
You're in my space.
I'm in your space?
I'm gonna go back.
This
to
is
the-
your
Backed up to
public
a door
space?
to an office that
This
nobody
is
can
your
get
public
out.
space?
It's everybody's.
Exactly. So I have every right to be down in this office, and you know it. Now let me in.
You were given.
Why are you putting your
You were
hands on
given
me?
what you need
You
to
keep
do.
shoving on me.
There you go. FOIA
You're a
request by
captain. What is
email
your
or
badge
mail?
number?
Name right here.
Your name? You don't have a badge number?
WI4.
All right. Is your body camera has been on or is on or what? I want to get the conversation of you guys talking
Yeah,
down
you'd
there.
have to foil over
I'm
that.
going to get it. Don't you worry. But I want to know that you didn't mute it or what's the word with that? That was on when you were in there talking? Just now?
Muted it over there, yeah.
How convenient. So to get
You
in this,
know, you got your business taken care of. You know how to do
no,
it.
I
You
haven't
don't
been
do
to
that
the
on
other.
the
I haven't
spot.
been to the other offices yet.
What's your business? You didn't
My
sign in.
business.
Yet.
I did
Let's go
sign
back
in.
and sign in.
I literally did sign in,
Let's go
guys.
back and sign in.
I did sign in.
Let's go back. Dan
When
from
you
Erie
put your,
County.
yeah,
How
when
many
you put
Dans
your
are in Erie
last, a lot of them. When you put your
You guys are
last name
gonna
up,
trust me. You guys are gonna have no idea how easy it is gonna be to identify me when this story rolls, and they see you guys putting your hands on citizens unconstitutionally, pushing people out of a public building.
Well, when you
I'm
make
in his
people
I'm in his
uncomfortable-
public space, guys. Look at
Trying
this.
to go down the stairs here.
when you make
You're
people
more than welcome to go
uncomfortable-
down the stairs. I'll get out of your way so you can go down the stairs, sir. Are you
go.
are you removing me from this public building?
Is your business done?
No, you
First
guys
off,
haven't.
shouldn't
You
even
guys
been
haven't
passed
impeded me.
there because you didn't sign in.
I did sign in.
You did?
Show me the law.
Erie County.
That's their
Show me the law where it says.
That's,
Show me the law where it says I have to fill in my last name and give up my ID to come in this building.
No one asked for ID.
He did ask for ID.
Maybe when you
Demanded
sign
it.
in.
Demanded it. I just met the sheriff. And you know what they say, shit rolls downhill, and we can prove it right here, guys. We got a captain, shit captain, we got a shit deputy, and a shit sheriff trying to ID people, and he thinks it's not a Fourth Amendment violation to ID people without a crime.
No one said crime, but the rule is you sign in.
I did
Come
sign
and
in.
represent.
I abided by your rules. I signed in.
Put a first name.
I put a first name and a company name. Look at this guy's gonna lock the door again because he wants to leave.
I don't even know. if
He wants to leave. So he's gonna lock people out of the public building again.
You got what you needed.
we're just locking
done?
you out.
You got what you needed.
We're just locking you out.
I got till 5 o'clock to stand here and video record pignorance.
Well, I guess I do too, because then I'll get some overtime.
Oh man, I love it when the cops say dumb fucking things like that. That's fucking great. I'm gonna get overtime to violate this guy's civil rights. Doesn't get better than that, guys. Why don't you guys give me all? Why don't you all stand in a row here? Give me a good thumbnail with a stupid smile of violating people's rights. Say violate, cheese, idiots. What a bunch of idiots.
Sign in, you can come do your business, but you've been given the card.
I did sign in.
No, you didn't. And now you've made the staff all uncomfortable. So when you make the staff
My
uncomfortable-
rights don't trump on people's feelings. People's feelings
do.
don't trump rights.
Yeah,
You
they
get
do.
that? You get that, deputy? Do you get that?
Unfortunately, they do.
They do not. I love when you guys say dumb things. You guys are, oh man, you guys are saying such dumb things today. I can't believe I didn't come down here sooner to audit you guys.
So everything you're saying's spot on.
Oh, you wait till you find out how spot on it is.
Next, in what some might call a controversial move, Dan decides to comply with the deputy's demands and signs in with his last name. Not that it really mattered. His name wasn't a secret at the time, as he had recently been profiled on a Buffalo news station. Note that he doesn't actually provide any ID, proving this policy to be completely pointless. Unless, of course, the real point is retaliation. Captain Overtime clearly uses this to dig up Dan's info and can be seen feebly attempting to dox him later in the video. Now free to explore the rest of the public building, Dan proceeds to film the clerk's office and eventually makes his way into the county chambers.
All right, county. Let's learn what the Constitution is, guys. Is this America or is this Wyoming County? Because in America, we're allowed to do this. We need to address the violations of the Constitution going on in this building.
Sir, this is private offices.
It's publicly accessible.
It is not open to the public.
No?
Nope, I gotta have you leave.
All right, sir. This guy kicked me out of a publicly accessible county chambers. This chambers is publicly accessible. The doors are not locked. There's no signs that say that it's restricted. It's not publicly accessible. We have public information laying out here for meetings.
It's only open for meetings.
Let's see, do they say that anywhere? Or is this guy just making shit up? Public, so the door doesn't even have locks on it.
Does.
So it's not,
Yeah, no,
they can't even lock people out of this
there's
office.
locks on that one.
And there's locks on there, and if it was locked, it would have been unaccessible, but it wasn't. Look at this guy. Thinks he got lawful orders telling me to move along. You're gonna learn a lesson today.
Dan continues to film the second floor and runs into that shifty board clerk Karen from earlier.
But, sir, you have to not be so aggressive about
Aggressive? These people put their hands on me.
Who continues to lie and duck responsibility.
I mean, unless you have the county budget available on request where I could just take a look at it real quick, get some pictures and get on it.
The adopted budget is online.
Yeah, but isn't the adopted budget something that you can come in here and request on person and you have to give it out, like by law?
If you want to pay for it.
No. To be able to check it out in person right now, if I request it, you need to refurbish it to me by law.
And it's on the website. So
Yeah, but if I'm here in person, I'm saying, and I request it, you have to by law refurbish it
if I give
right
you
now.
a copy of the adopted budget.
To look in the office and hand back to you, you don't have to charge me. All right, perfect. See how this lady said that I have to full request that, but by law, I know the law. I know what I'm doing. Have you figured that out yet?
Wait right over here.
Or I could wait right here. Yeah, I'll just take a couple photos of it and get it right back to you. I'll put it right in that black thing there for you.
That's perfect. Absolutely.
Thank you. This cop here thinks you can just kick people out, do stuff, but there are laws and things that people have to follow. Get online, it's online, but the law states they have to give it, and when I pin them on it, they know they have to. Although, if I didn't know my rights, they would have just violated it right there, just like this guy tried violating my rights downstairs. He doesn't get it yet. He's gonna get it, guys.
Dan heads up to the third floor, but most of the offices have either locked their doors or shut down early. Having thoroughly exposed the corruption here, Dan concludes the town hall audit, but this story is far from over.
Ignorant. You guys know who I am now, huh? Let's go take some pictures of the personal cars now.
Dan heads next door to the sheriff's office to file complaints against these tyrants and to submit a FOIL request for the body cam footage, which we've already shown in its entirety. Unsurprisingly, the staff jerk him around and keep him waiting for no good reason, and Captain Chrome Dome shows up, only to throw out snide remarks and be generally useless, all while clocking in that sweet taxpayer-funded overtime. Finally, the spineless sheriff himself makes a brief return. Will he take the opportunity to make things right and salvage some dignity for his department, or will he just keep being a piece of shit? I think you know the answer already.
You could probably even tell me this policy right now. When is it the officer supposed to put a body-worn camera on? Is there a written procedure on that? Like when you first have contact, if it seems like it's going to be confrontational, they're supposed to put their body camera on. If I requested 2 officers to put their cameras on as they were assaulting me, is that acceptable that they wouldn't? So that at least you could see that, whether they're guilty of an assault or not, or battery?
Listen, I'll give you the policy. I'll acknowledge the FOIL request. I'll give you the a copy of the policy that's available to you, and we'll move on.
All right. And once you find out who I am, you see some of my work, you'll see how badly you failed this audit compared to everybody else in this whole state. You guys are by hand the worst tyrannical officers down there laughing about the Constitution and 4th Amendment. They think it's a joke, but you guys are going to find out it's not a very big joke. I know you don't give a shit because you get paid anyways, but you know, you're an elected official.
Well, take care of yourself.
You're
right?
elected. Remember that, sir.
You got it. Take care.
So That's the sheriff's office down here. They think it's a big old joke. But they got to go out of their way to violate people down here in Wyoming County. Wyoming County building down here.
This audit really struck a chord with the 1A community. The deputies' sheer stupidity and recklessness, the supervisor's seething contempt, and their collective untouchable blue line gang mentality left viewers both astounded and outraged. The sheriff's clear condoning of this behavior, along with the general sketchiness of other officials, painted a picture of a completely corrupt local government. The story gained even more traction after being featured on some prominent auditing channels, and soon enough, even the mainstream media was getting in on the action.
A confrontation with sheriff's deputies kicked off a frenzy on social media.
News 4 Investigates sits down with Daniel Warmis, a self-described journalist and YouTube content creator.
Daniel Warmis, the local First Amendment auditor that News 4 Investigates profiled in May, is back at it again, this time at the Wyoming County Government Building in Warsaw.
That is probably the worst I've seen in New York.
Warmis's recorded encounter with Wyoming County Sheriff's deputies is getting traction. About 84,000 views as of Monday on his YouTube channel. Those who follow Warmis on social media are lashing out at the sheriff's office for the way he was handled by deputies. Some of the comments are what could be described as spirited.
A lot of people don't know their rights, and that's part of why we do what we do. Constitutionally protected activity, what I was doing in there, and got shoved out of a building because I didn't waive my Fourth Amendment right of not IDing.
Even the top guy, Sheriff Greg Rudolph, makes an appearance at one point and gets an earful from Warmis.
What is going on here? You guys are violating my rights.
There's no rights being violated.
There's no rights being violated?
Wyoming County Sheriff Greg Rudolph declined an on-camera interview and would not respond to specific questions about the way Warmis was handled. But he does tell News 4 Investigates that the sign-in sheet has since been removed. Luke Moretti, News 4.
This next part is guaranteed to put a smile on your face. That news report aired on July 12th. The very next day, the sheriff would resign in disgrace.
The sheriff of Wyoming County is turning in his badge at the end of the month. Sheriff Greg Rudolph announced his retirement plans in an email to the Board of Supervisors on Monday. Rudolph and 3 of his deputies appeared in a News 4 Investigate story last night at 6. That report centered around a First Amendment auditor who visits government offices and records those interactions for his YouTube channel. Dan Warmis, the so-called auditor, claims his rights were violated by the sheriff's office during a visit to the Wyoming County government complex. Rudolph, who has been leading the office since 2013, declined to be interviewed on camera and refused to answer specific questions about the encounter with Warmis.
Dan soon conducted a follow-up revisit to the county building to see how well they've been handling the publicity. He verified that the unconstitutional sign-in sheet had indeed been removed, along with these equally unlawful no-camera signs inside the records room, which I didn't mention before just due to time. There are also proper restricted access signs where there were none before, so change has definitely been effected here. Also noticeably changed are the attitudes of staff. Everyone's on their best behavior when they see Dan this time. I wonder why. Well, everyone except for Grandma Death, who I would say bleeds blue if there were actually any blood running through those icy veins.
Would you like to say anything to the Erie County fam? No apologies or nothing? No? No remorse, no nothing, no apology, nothing. Have you ever seen the movie Up? Pretty good. No apology, no nothing. I would have smoothed it over just a little bit, but last chance. Today, Erie County fam, everybody wants to know, are we gonna file a lawsuit? The answer is no. We're gonna file 11. Now I gotta get some papers notarized.
Dan returned to the county building one last time to serve legal paperwork to various infringing parties, the clerk's office, the sheriff's office, and even hand-delivered to Grandma Death, who remains unrepentant until the bitter end.
I got a special envelope for you. This one's addressed to you. Illegal serving. No problem.
As Dan is leaving, this random clown can be heard laughing as he flips through the notice of claim. He wants everyone to know that he too mocks the idea of accountability.
think it's funny now.
It's a very telling final impression from Wyoming County officials. I reached out to Dan to see if there were any updates available on this story. He said that in addition to the sheriff resigning and the sign-in sheet being permanently removed, the complaints he filed against the deputies found no wrongdoing and admitted no guilt. Shocking, right? What else can we expect when we allow them to investigate themselves? On the other hand, the county settled for $9,000 for violating his rights, so there's that. Whether the shameful behaviors at this place continue is unclear, but here's hoping that Dan is willing to conduct another revisit at some point. Go subscribe to Auditing Erie County and check out the rest of his content. Thanks for watching this video. This is Showcase Audits. Until next time, know your rights. I'm out.